Simon & Schuster Audio presents All Things Under the Moon, a novel by Anne Y.K. Choi. Read by Greta Jung. For Phyllis Bruce, who told me women need other women to survive. Part 1. Village. Monsoon. Daegeori, 1924. The monsoon rain was at its worst that July. The day the sun came out, the women of Daegeori headed for the river with loads of white shirts, white pants, and other white clothing in hand. White had been the color that commoners wore long before the Japanese Empire seized control of the country. From a distance, the laundry looked like melting snow along the riverbanks as the women laid out their wet clothes. For generations, the remote village had been isolated by the surrounding pine-wooded mountains. In the ancient principles of Pungsuchiri, mountains and rivers were key to a balanced and prosperous life. Mountains harnessed the wind and the rivers moved water. This constant movement from the sky to the earth transported energy, Chi. In Daegeori, the highest mountain at the rear of the village blocked the wind and protected the fields. And the rivers that flowed from the mountains enriched the many rice fields and allowed for lush fruit and nut orchards to thrive. It was already late morning by the time Nayoung reached the river. Carrying a straw basket filled with her and her mother's dirty clothes on her head, she bowed to several of the women and exchanged the usual courtesies. Like them, Nayoung wore a hanbok, the traditional long-sleeved chogori worn over a full-length wraparound skirt, the chima. The soft pink color of her clothes reflected her status. Her father was a prominent landowner with the second-largest walnut orchard in their village. Not that that meant much these days. Since the Japanese had taken over Korea 14 years ago, many landowners across the country had been forced to pay more than half their crops as rent to Japan, effectively making them tenants on their own land. Even Sang-hun, Nayoung's oppa, her older brother, had to abandon his plans to attend university to help out. He had wanted to be a doctor and was crushed. Things were different when Korea had a king, he had told her. Now a Japanese governor-general oversaw control of the country, and the Japanese emperor ruled over the empire of which it was a part. But all of that felt far away on this bright day that came after weeks of rain. Nayoung spotted her friend Yeon-Soo nearby. Her naturally red highlights, the same color as wild omija berries, seemed to sizzle against her coal-black hair, which she wore in a bun close to the nape of her neck. As Nayoung picked her way towards her friend, she passed Subin, Yeon-Soo's only child, sprawled on the dirt. His blue pants, made of the finest silk, were stained brown and green, and there was a tear in one knee. He was shooting pretend stones into the air with a slingshot. "Annyeong?" Nayoung greeted him. Subin sat up and motioned for her to come closer. He opened his mouth to reveal that he had lost another tooth. "Soon all your teeth will be grown-up ones, and you will be a man." "I'm already 10 years old," he said. He winced when she patted his head and lay back down on the ground. Nayoung continued towards his mother. "Good morning," she said, dropping her laundry. "Is your boy doing all right?" "Good morning." Yeon-Soo shielded her one good eye from the sun as she peered up. Nayoung noticed her friend's hands were swollen and bruised. Yeon-Soo caught her looking. "Subin fell, hit his head, and tore the new pants that his grandmother got him. She was furious," Yeon-Soo said. "He was chasing a dragonfly." Everyone in the village knew that Lady Lee had a temper, and that she looked down on Yeon-Soo because she had worked as a servant before Lady Lee's eldest son, Jeongnam, fell in love. When Yeon-Soo became pregnant, a marriage was arranged. Because she had been born blind in one eye and had unusually red hair.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?